Have you ever been in a situation where you're just done? Maybe you're at the grocery store. The line is moving at the speed of a tectonic plate, and someone accidentally bumps into your cart. Normally, you'd just say, no worries, and move on. But today, you feel like you could flip the cart and start a riot. You aren't just hungry, you're hangry. We use that word as a joke, but if you've actually experienced it, you know it feels very real. But why? Why does a rumbling stomach turn a perfectly nice person into a temporary rage monster? As it turns out, your body isn't just being dramatic, it's actually running a very specific, high-stakes biological program. To understand it, we have to look at the brain's favorite snack, glucose. Your brain is a bit of a fuel hog. Even though it only makes up about 2% of your body weight, it gobbles up about 20% of the energy you consume. And it is incredibly picky. It mostly runs on glucose, and it doesn't really have a backup battery. When you go too long without eating, your blood glucose levels start to dip. Now, for most of your organs, a little dip is fine, but for your brain, that's a code red. The first part of your brain to feel the pinch is the prefrontal cortex. This is the adult in the room. It's the part of your brain responsible for executive function, logic, and, most importantly, impulse control. It's what tells you, hey, don't scream at the cashier, they're doing their best. But when glucose is low, the prefrontal cortex is the first thing to lose power. It's like a city grid during a blackout. The luxury lights go off first so the vital services can keep running. Suddenly, your ability to regulate your emotions and stay patient just evaporates. But it gets even more intense than just a power outage. Your brain isn't just sitting there waiting to starve, it actively fights back. When your blood sugar hits a critically low level, your brain sends a frantic mayday signal to your adrenal glands. It thinks you're in a survival crisis. In response, your body floods your system with 4 main counter-regulatory hormones to try and spike your blood sugar back up. 2 of those hormones should sound very familiar: adrenaline and cortisol. These are your fight or flight hormones. Adrenaline is what your body pumps out when you're about to get into a car accident or when you're standing on the edge of a cliff. It makes you tense, jumpy, and hyper-alert. Cortisol is the primary stress hormone. When these 2 hit your bloodstream at the same time, you aren't just hungry anymore. You are chemically primed for a fight. And from an evolutionary perspective, this actually makes total sense. If our ancestors were hungry and just felt mildly sleepy about it, they probably would have died out. They needed that surge of aggression and energy to go out and hunt or compete for food. Evolution basically decided that it's better to be a jerk who survives than a polite person who starves. There's also a specific chemical link that scientists have discovered called neuropeptide Y. This chemical is released into your brain when you're hungry to tell you to find food. But here's the kicker. Neuropeptide Y also acts on the parts of your brain that regulate aggression. It's a double-edged sword. The same chemical that's screaming, "Go find a sandwich," is also whispering, "And be prepared to fight anyone who gets in your way." So if you find yourself snapping at your partner or feeling road rage because you missed lunch, just remember, it's not a character flaw. It's your brain's genius way of protecting you from a fuel shortage. The best way to stop the hanger monster before it wakes up, it's not just eating, it's what you eat. If you grab a candy bar or a soda, you'll get a massive sugar spike, followed by an even bigger crash, which starts the whole cycle over again. To keep your inner adult powered on, you need slow-burning fuel, things like fiber, healthy fats, and protein. They keep your glucose steady so your prefrontal cortex can keep the lights on. Next time you feel that rage starting to bubble up, take a breath and ask yourself, am I actually mad, or do I just need a snack? Your brain and everyone around you will thank you for it.